Okay, this is the Diman Regional School Committee meeting for August 10th, 2023. In accordance to Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20F, any member of the public may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting. A member of the public who wishes to record the meeting must first notify the chair and must comply with the reasonable requirements regarding audio or video equipment established by the chair is not to interfere with the meeting. Is anybody?
Mr. Manos.
Roll call?
Mr. Jennings.
Here.
Mr. DiBiaseu. Mr. Beegan.
Here.
Ms. Menard. Here. Father J. Dr. Nero.
Yes, we have a quorum. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the June 15th, 2023 minutes.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Citizens input, we have anybody?
We do not.
All right, next would be unfinished business, we have none. New business, other matters, MSBA School Building Committee. Updates?
We will have some meetings coming up at the end of this month, but as far as the current project, outside there has been some work done. I would like to pass out some, one of the major ones that's been taking place has been the new parking area for our faculty and staff that are returning in about 2.5 weeks. This is an aerial view of what it looked like prior to the paving taking place. They have scraped that down. They put in the stone that's there and they've crushed it. This will create approximately 150 new places. This will take the spots that are out in front of the building at the fence, overlooking the fields, those are all gone. Coming into the building, depending upon which way you came in, you should have seen some work taking place in the student parking lot where they have taken a road and they've moved it all the way down and they have paved that. They've done Jersey barriers starting today. They did it, Jersey barriers, and also the barricading off going to be right at the turn of the school. Up in the parking lot, which is behind me, with this picture here, to create some definition of the parking place, they're going to put some Jersey barriers right down the middle. It'll define how the cars park when they come in at the end of this month. Other than that, I'll defer over to Mr. Kitchen, if you have any updates on your side or anything to add to that. That's about where we are.
That's going to remain crushed stone, it's not going to be paved.
It's not going to be paid.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the MSBA project expenditures. We have a few expenditures.
Yep, we have a list on the agenda, but with two added expenditures. We have a June 30th bill from Colliers in the amount of $106,610.87, and then added to that was a July 31st bill for $87,862.93. Also, the owners control insurance program, which is the CR Solutions, will be handling our sub-trades and general contracting insurance. So if possible, if there's any issues, but they'll be doing oversight. That is $63,000. Pub insurance has two bills, one for $82,875 and another one for $86,190. Castle Blues has a monthly statement for $965,250. And then we have one bill for Liberty Gas, Liberty Utilities for $29,285. That's for the infrastructure of the gas line on the property. Madison Street, get the work scheduled. And Suffolk has a July 31st invoice of $25,000.
All right, need a motion to approve all the expenditures.
So moved.
Need a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to B, appointments.
Wow.
Well, the list looks quite extensive, but being very proactive. We have a combination of the people personnel who have been appointed to summer programs, those who are working on summer curriculum, and those in particular who are working on fall sports and advisors, as that's going to be beginning within just a couple of weeks. We'll have football taking place, soccer, so on and so on. So if you do look through it, you do see a number of advisors and coaches going into the second page also, that they are there. Coaches must be appointed for the entire year by GTA contract, so they are in there too. So everyone that has a coaching position this upcoming school year, they're on here with fall sports beginning almost immediately.
What exactly is a Bengal Challenge nurse? I saw that.
Bengal Challenge Nurse, we have a great summer program here, right? We have,
Yeah, those kids come up that week.
yeah, they do. We had 2 alternating weeks, about 100 students, a little less, 100 students about each week. Faculty are here, but of course it's run very much like a regular school day. They come in for about 8 o'clock.
They came from 9 to 1.
9 to 1. And in the case of injury, illness, sore throat, you name it, we do hire a Bengal. We hire a nurse for the Bengal Challenge program.
We had a couple of kids with diabetes this year, so bringing one in was important.
No, I agree. I couldn't recall what the Bengal Challenge, but now did you
Yeah.
refresh my memory on that? Yeah, you definitely need a nurse here for that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There was about, in a 2-week period, there were close to 200 students that came through. It's all in the freshman class.
Oh, really?
It's a very innovative way to get them eased into Diamond. It's optional and it's no charge. And they're fed. Does get much better than that. They have academic, they have some high interest classes and even vocational we have this year.
Well, they're too young to work, most of them.
Yeah,
You know,
14
they're
years old.
14 or 15, so they're right on the border. And so it's perfect,
Definitely. I think the biggest thing is to try to prepare them for the
Yeah.
first day.
yeah.
We're a lot different than places they've come, so we really harp on IDs and, where to go, and then, we have them go through a few classes, a few different shops for hands-on activities, get them excited for the first.
Now, most of these are all stipend positions.
Yes.
Yes. All the coaching is already in regular appropriations, and the Bengal Challenge, correct me if I'm wrong there, Mr. Rebella, if you would, that came out of the grade, correct?
Correct, yes, sir. Okay, very good, thank you.
2, resignations.
Resignations, we do have out together, there's 5, there's also an additional one in your packet too, that only happened the other day. You see the instructors that are right there, 3 on the purple sheet, the cover sheet, and there's also a little later on. Johnny resigned yesterday, so we just put that in there. And again, this is for the committee's information. There's no action that needs to be taken.
Okay, moving on, 3.1C, we're gonna pass over.
Yep, that's being withdrawn by me, and there'll be, if there could be a new proposal coming back for the September meeting, but this is withdrawn.
Okay.
3.1D,
Board items left for executive session, and may or may not be any discussion on what we'll take.
moving on to E, the Diamond Football Social Media account.
Yes, if you do see, there's some information right underneath that comes from, this comes from Luke Barry, who's the head football coach. He must come to us with permission if he wants to post something on social media. I don't want to say he's not authorized to it, but he needs the permission of the, in particular, of the principal in order to post material that's out there for public. It's a protection all the way around. It's a very good thing, right? It's very high interest. It promotes the school, it promotes the sport. And it reaches those people who are into the social media stuff.
But it's important to get somebody to look at it.
There are built-in safeguards all the way around on social media so that nothing goes off the tracks.
I think it's important to promote sports right now, especially since they're off-site as well.
Yes.
Because we need people, we want people to come to the football games.
Yep.
And make it feel like a home game
Exactly.
versus.
It's important to the students. and it's important to the school.
Couldn't agree more that the students coming to Diamond over these next 3+ years are going to be looking for a place to call home. Sports gives them that, but they have to know where home is, as our home is away. But it's under construction, we'll put it down.
Bunch of levels out there.
I don't know if you have any questions, but the recommendation is to approve the proposal as submitted.
Some,
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
Yes, on the end of the year report, this is a very extensive report that you see in the information given to you. It's a 200+ page document. I just bring to the committee's attention that if you would like this in a hard copy form, it can be provided to you by Colleen. But what this does, and you see the table of contents that is included in your packet, and it's a comprehensive review of what took place this year, with different activities and clubs. Mr. Bell, would you like to add anything to that?
Sure, yeah, so we submit the end of the year report every year, and it really highlights the programs that happen throughout the year, how many kids participated, awards, recognitions, things that happened, big projects that they did. So you'll see, at the academic report, the vocational report, but also the extracurriculars in there as well, from athletics to math team to dance teams, really highlighting important things that happen throughout the year.
And if you do want the report, it is available. It make for some good reading. And also, I'd ask you to please take it and look in there, see if there's something missing, let us know. Again, these advisors are working hard with the students. They enjoy the feedback.
Thank you. Moving on to G, the employee handbook.
The employee handbook is included in your packet. It is very well done. I'll refer it to Mr. Ravello because he was the one that put this all together. So if you would please.
Thank you. So our employee handbook is something we do every year, and it really houses important facts for all our employees to know, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a cafeteria staff or maintenance staff, to really find numbers, bell schedules, what we're going to do if there is a storm or an emergency, all housed in one place. There will be more significant updates coming in the coming years. We have something called a MERP within it, which is our medical response plan that the state requires us to do every 4 years. We did it 4 years ago, and that's coming up this year. That's contained within. And also another significant addition was on page 44, the last page, the accusation against the staff member, that policy that did come forward this board and was approved. We also added it in so our staff has access to it.
We make reference to this throughout the school year on different events. Yes, everybody gets a copy of this, and we just hope that it doesn't disappear someplace in the drawer when it's actually needed. But it's a constant reminder that we are a living, breathing school. Things do happen. They need to be changed, reviewed, updated, and made relevant to the teachers. And this is the most relevant information. And again, because it does involve a handbook and some changes of what's going on, it's brought before the committee here the recommendation is that seeking the approval of the committee to update, not to update it, but to approve as presented.
Other than the last page, are there any other major differences
There's not.
from last year?
There's not.
And updates, if there are anything coming down from the state, licensure, blah, 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 that's given out instantly to the faculty, and we ask them to have it. There's nothing.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the handbook as submitted? Need a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? H, we have the student activity account.
It's the audit from Howard and Sullivan, being motion to receive and place on file. There's nothing significant. There are 3 comments, one being the receipts for transactions. We do receipts for our revisers, common receipts, but inside the manual that we developed, there's a transaction receipt, so it lists the popular currency and such. The next is travel. There's a form inside the manual to fill out the student travel. Why it seems to be kind of a hiccup in most communities. They ask how you're coming to determine how much you're going to charge for the field trip. So usually, transportation is transportation. There's no real rhyme or reason. Sometimes it's just admission fees, and sometimes we're meal fee. That's something else. So it's not a huge comment. And I think the other was closings, and we are actually going to follow the policy of closing. So tonight we have one recommendation.
All right. Any questions or comments? Moving on to I, the student activity agency account balance.
positive balances in the accounts. So all have positive, all have positive balances. There was one, well, the three that were mentioned in the audit were the cross-country club, because it hasn't had activity since 2017. The health assisting club, they say the machine shop, but it's actually health assisting. That hasn't had activity since 2019. And then the diversity club, that hasn't had activity since 2015. I asked all three advisors, the cross-country would like to stay open. Health assisting would like to stay open because it's just because of the school closure that they haven't really been doing much. And the diversity said that they could close it, so we'll put that to the general account, to the general student activity account, put $100 there. So they have about $19 million. So recommendation is to close the diversity club.
Need a motion to close the diversity club account?
So moved.
Need a second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And moving on to J, Mr. Kitchen.
I'm just gonna, it's the first meeting of the year, there's nothing to really report.
Yeah.
So we haven't really opened much. On our expenditure report, you'll see a list of the larger blanket purchase orders that we usually carry forward for the year.
Any questions or comments on the budget? Seeing none, going on to K, expenditure approvals.
As I just mentioned, the first section, I tried to do a little bit of a section. The first section was the SBA expenditures. The second section are all the blanket contracts that we carry for the year. And then that goes down to the express fuel. And then the third section are purchases over 10,000 that we made last year, starting this year, but mostly closing it last year. The larger one for 217 is off the skills capital grant. There are some expenditures from the Fidelity donation also. And then there are there are expenditures from regular appropriation.
All right, any questions or comments? Seeing none, need a motion to approve all expenditures as submitted?
So moved.
Need a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we have some surplus equipment.
Mr. Chairman, before Mr. Pitton discusses this, I got a call from Patrick Higgins regarding the agenda and why it was just listed as surplus equipment. I told him that that was because Mr. Kitchen is developing the actual surplus equipment that he was going to be voting on tonight. And he just requested that this be listed once Mr. Kitchen develops the list, which is here, to just make it part of the package as Exhibit A.
There's a list of technology that's being requested. It's mostly Chromebooks,
Chromebooks and laptops.
laptops, carts, and such.
Yeah. there's a
That we
few-
received from IT. So we're going to actually just scrap it.
And all these Chromebooks have been replaced.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is go on a rotation. When we have the ESSER money, they established leases for them. Done what we did last year, we actually purchased 400, so that's when it will be freshman class every year coming in for 400, so we'll have enough for class and then a few extras for the shelves.
So they're purchased or they're leased?
We're gonna, I would recommend moving over to purchase and then we'll just buy for the first year. And then they carry that Chromebook is that student's Chromebook for the next 3 years. And the lifetime after that usually is that if they survive for 4 years,
They survived for 4 years.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know, so in regards to leasing, the benefit's really not there because you're gonna have to end up leasing. If you lease the first year, then the second year, now you gotta lease again and lease again, so but within 3 years or 4 years, you're actually making that same purchase. For a larger quantity of 1,600 or so.
And our IT department is good with doing repairs and quick fixes on these.
We carry insurance on a lot of them. Of the ones that we've started on the leases, we did the insurance was part of the payment. And so when buying now it's part of the payment. So if it's brought in, we can actually ship it back out, or replace it, repair it, bring it back. But if it's a quick fix, like a key or even a screen, they can do that.
Does he want us to post these as Exhibit A?
Just listed as Exhibit A as part of the agenda.
Okay. All right, recommendation to approve the request by the IT department for a surplus of the equipment submitted.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
A lot of Chromebooks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of them are about 6 years old, 7 years old.
They're outlived.
I think, Mr. Bozeman said one time, you found a cart in the back of the math, I think it was math department, and it still has the drives on the side, so.
Yeah, with a floppy drive, it's probably a little old.
Yeah. It's probably right now. Well, these kids don't even know what that is.
No, they don't.
All right, moving on to M, superintendent's report.
This is very brief. In fact, I just want to bring to your attention that as of August the 10th, which is today, the high school enrollment right now, and you have these figures and page that should be at the top, looking similar to this. Let me just show it to you. You should have this in your packets, brown at the top. We have grade 9 at 386 students, grade 10, 371, grade 11, 366, grade 12, 343. Right now, the projected total of what will open tomorrow morning would be at 1,466 students. And that number doesn't mean too much to you until I compare that to last year's October 1 number, where we were at 1414. So that's up over 50 students more where we are. Hopefully that will continue to hold for not only recruitment, but retention. Do want to say we've been successful with both grade 10 and grade 11, which the school committee did ask to, I think we're going to ask it. It's been very successful. This report, as I'm giving to you, we had 75 students request a grade 10 transfer, and over 35 students requested grade 11. Probably has gone up since I've written this, but wanting to transfer in. The enrollment is really based upon openings in shops, not so much as how we can fit it into the formula. And that's what regards it. For example, a student wanting to transfer into health assisting, that's not going to take place because those students don't leave town, they stay there. But there are other shops that are willing to take in students at sophomore and junior level and to work with them and say, yes, we will take them in. We don't want to see declining enrollment. Let's get the numbers back up. So this is going to be continuing right up until the opening of school.
Are we seeing applicants throughout all the communities?
Yes.
I mean, whether if it's, like you said, the enrollment is going to go by the shop, and I know it's difficult to fit it into the formula, but I want to make sure that all the communities have the opportunity.
My discussion with the guidance department, and of course, go right to the source, the secretaries, when they're making the calls, and I know that Andrew's been there checking on them constantly, is that, take the next one on the list. And it's tough to go by the formula because some students wouldn't offer. We have an opening in automotive technology. Well, I don't want that. I want, no, you can't, that shop's full. Sorry. We have this, and this. And there are a number of shops that have openings, maybe 6, 7, would you say, in order to get the data. Yes, it's right across the board. We're not concentrating on any one area. We're concentrating on those students who are you interested? We have an opening here. Yeah, okay. Next student.
I'm just curious, not to be right away, but when you get a chance, I'm curious with the enrollments for the 10th and 11th graders. I'd like to see how it's spread through the communities.
Do that.
Sure.
I'd just like to see if any came from Westport, from Swansea, from Somerset, from
So
Baldwin. Just
transfers in particular, or
transfer for the 10th and 11th grade transfers in. I'd like to see how that played out.
I don't know, have the exact data off the top of my head, but I did see representation from most of the towns, I believe. I can't speak specifically, but, there was a homeschool junior student from Swansea that came to us, or one from Durfee, or another one from Somerset.
And that's good to know. I just like to understand where that came from, so that if one of my constituents asks me, I can have an answer to that.
Sure. Absolutely. So we'll keep you updated monthly on the enrollment, so that way you're abreast of the numbers and how it's playing out. The second one is on the LPN. As of August the 7th, there are 40 incoming students for the full-time day, and there are 17 for the part-time program also. So the enrollment there is holding, it's holding. Okay, it's done a good job with recruitment. Right now, they're opening with good numbers, solid numbers. We'll see how that develops, and again, it'll be month by month get enrollment. The second one is kind of on a nice, it's a good feeling type of feeling situation that Pastor Savi would be starting to is that we made much about the skills national competition where we had a lot of students go off to nationals in Atlanta, Georgia. And we did have 4 students achieve gold medals, and the report is there. So they are #1 in the entire country. And if you take a look, there's something in the water down there in advanced manufacturing, because we had CNC 2-axis turning, grade 11 from Fall River, CNC 5-axis milling from West Park, Thomas Blake, CNC programmer, grade 11 from West Park, and a nurse assisting, Esther Medeiros, grade 12, out of Fall River. And coupled with that, I just passed out to you an invitation that came about from the Welding Association, who noticed the skills of one of our students, Chase Stewart, and he has been invited to try out for the World Skills, which if he's successful, it's a series of steps. This is the first, but if he's successful, he will represent the United States in international competition in Lyon, France.
Wow.
And I think you should all go there to watch.
We will.
Yes. Is that our account?
Yes,
We
it
have
will
that
be.
money in our account, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Dean, it will be. Yes.
It's important he has support.
Yes, but anyway, there's a very successful.
Especially by the school.
Wonderful for them.
But he's got some work to do to get there. It's just gonna be beginning. His teacher is very high on him. And has already worked. But that's my report.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions, comments?
Oh, that's amazing.
None. Moving on to end the calendar of events. So orientation is the 29th.
Yes, and if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
Last year, Mr. Bagan was good enough to come over and say some words to our faculty and staff for the opening of school on last year when it was, and I would request that a member of the school committee, a representative of the school committee, if they're available, could please come before the faculty and staff, give you breakfast on August the 29th at approximately 8:15 in the morning, just for words of welcome on behalf of the committee.
All right. We'll,
Excuse me, he did such a great job.
yeah.
He did.
Well.
You still have it, Brandon?
It's all right here, bro. It's all off the cuff. I may be able to come back. They have to look at my calendar. It's
Sure.
between 2 24-hour shifts, so we'll see.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
And the next scheduled school committee meeting is for September 14th. No other,
No.
something else. And got a couple of correspondence. Like I said, the next meeting is September 14th.
I want to bring to your attention the MASC meeting that is coming up in November. And but last year, there may be some that want to go this year too. Just let us know, we'll make the arrangements.
Okay. And we have a reason to go to
Yes, we
executive
do,
session.
pursuant to Massachusetts General Law 30 section 21, paragraph 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining. All litigation from the bargaining have a detrimental effect on bargaining or all litigating position of public bargaining chair, so because regarding the DAA, we will coming back into open session. And then may or may not be a vote in conjunction with that, as well as the agenda item passed, which was item 3.1 D.
Need a motion to go into executive session? Need a second?
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Alina, roll call?
Mr. Jennings,
Yes.
Mr. DiBiaseu, Mr. Deegan,
Yes.
Ms. Menard,
Yes.
Father J, Dr. Nara.
Yes.
Okay, we're back in open session. Alina, roll call?
Mr. Jennings,
Yes.
Mr. DiBiaseu, Mr. Deegan,
Yes.
Ms. Menard,
Yeah.
Father J, Dr. Nara.
Yes.
Just to report that there are no votes to be taken in accordance with the executive session item, and also that we will not be taking 3 excuse me, give me 1 second, I apologize. 3.1 D, there's nothing to discuss.
Need a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Need a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Not bad.